Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are trying to turn Amazing Digital Circus characters into memes. Starting off, this is my only one I'm drawing in this video. I'm always on a time crunch, so I try to draw as much as I can, but I like to do them as separate videos just so I can get more posted out. But I'm doing Kinger, which is actually, he was not my favorite Amazing Digital Circus character. My favorite, I think, was it was Jax. It started off with because he was really all I ever saw memes of. Then, as of lately, it started becoming Kane, and now it's kind of a fight over Kinger and Kane because I really like Kinger, but I really love Kane. So I don't know which one I love more, but I do love drawing both of these characters, especially like Kinger, because drawing him is such a simple thing. You just throw down a simple shape and then you add two balls in and boom. And I can never not draw him without the bucket helmet. Just like the bucket just completes the drawing. I just love the idea of the bucket. I think it's a brilliant idea. So I just basically get my line art sketch down, and then I get my hands in because I'm trying to recreate the Jujutsu Kaisen lawyer pose. I realized I don't have any reference to show you that that's what I was doing, but I feel like it's almost a little obvious that's what I was doing. But that could be just me, just because I already have a preconceived notion of, all right, what I'm drawing. Hands are sometimes fun, sometimes difficult. It really all depends on my mood. And for some reason, these hands were not just turning out exactly how I wanted, so they were a little more on the difficult side. Normally, I find them a little more enjoyable, especially when I'm doing this. Like, I'm doing a little more of a cartoony style than I tend to do. So, normally, those are easier to draw, like, easier to put down. I was considering adding the thumbs, no thumbs. Like, where do I want to put the thumbs? Because in the reference photo, they're like under his chin. If you don't know, Kinger really doesn't have a chin. So I was gonna put one under his eye and the other one like just sticking out, but it just didn't feel right going under his eye. So later I had to go fix that and just kind of get that taken care of. Get his clothes on, get it down, erase all my lines so that way I can get ready for the actual line art. Um, I was deciding whether or not to put the bucket helmet over the hands because the actual handle or behind it. My decision was putting it in front of it because I felt like it just looked better that way. Like I said, I fixed the thumb, added pupils, got all the eyes taken care of, and basically started after getting the shoulders basically down because he doesn't have arms. I started getting ready to do my line art, because there's really not too much else to do after this point. I feel like I was happy with everything, found out my pen size was the right size, and moved on to line art. I'm trying to go for a cuter art style. Like, I'm trying to get this more thicker line art so that way it looks much cuter, because sometimes my drawings don't like look. I'm trying out technically the style for one. Two, I'm also thinking of this photo as the thumbnail, and lately I've been seeing like Viora style thumbnails do better than the thumbnails I've done already, which were a little more realistic, detailed versions. So I'm giving this a try. I'm gonna go probably like 3 different drawings with this really cute art style. Because like I drew my wanted poster, which was a little more towards the realism or accurate. That one didn't do too well. I did my Pomni being brought towards the destroyer as she's doing the speed face. That one didn't really do too well. And then I did Kinger versus Kane, the other Jujutsu Kaisen meme, and that one did kind of okay. So I'm trying to go for a much cuter style with this. So I'm doing a really thick line art. I could have technically gone thicker in some ways, but overall I was pretty happy with the thickness. And there's this like paper effect a lot of people will do where they'll draw the almost like a paperish outline after the image. And sometimes they'll do it in black, sometimes they'll do it in white. I was deciding to do it in black and or white. I couldn't really decide. So I kind of did it in both at the very end. Here I'm throwing down my base colors. I'm leaning more towards cell shading with this one because I'm doing this image and trying to make it look cute. It's much easier to make a cell shaded image for me look really adorable and cute because it's just simple colors down. With the eyes, I didn't know what color his eyes were, so I did this really bright purple. Then looked at my reference photo and realized he has these like really light blue tealish eyes. So I had to adjust those, get those taken care of. With those, I didn't bother doing cell shading because I really wanted those kind of sparkle with life. And with everything else, I used my non-cell shading brush, but I used it like I was cell shading, where I throw down the simple colors, like just in the simple spots where they needed to go. Doing simple shading around the eyes, under the helmet, adding a rim light for the glow on the metal. I was considering adding those eye lines, but they looked kind of gross and didn't look cute, so I didn't do it. I decided to take them out. And then here's me deciding whether or not I want to do that white background or the black one. I actually think the white didn't look too bad. If I could redo it, I'd probably just stick to the white. But I did a merge of black and white. I think overall it looked really cute, and I think it worked out. We grow closer to the end as I can't think of any ways to finish it off, and then here's the end drawing of Kinger in the Jujutsu Kaisen meme pose. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment whether or not you want to see another one, more videos like this, or more Kinger stuff, and let me know what you guys think. See you guys in the next one. Bye.